In the time when the fiercest of men had been scared into hideouts by the colonial masters, one person, a brave woman who was the queen mother of Egeso, rose up to the occasion and defended the golden stool. History has once again repeated itself in a time when most graduate students are in despair, not knowing what to do, struggling to complete their postgraduate studies. A new hope, a new life, a fresh beginning, a center for innovation and creativity. A new university has risen out of Egeso Abankro by name Gnat Institute for Research and Industrial Relations Studies, with the acronym Gnat Iris, which has been established solely by Ghana National Association of Teachers. Gnat Iris is a 21st century academic center of excellence established with world-class academic facilities within a serene environment to help produce transformational leaders for the current and future generations. With open arms, we welcome you to Gnat Iris. Join us and achieve all your academic dreams. For further information, please contact the registrar on +233 03222 91142 or +233 03221 95783. You can also reach us on WhatsApp +233 054 328 4120. Gnat Iris, the University for Innovation and Creativity.
It can be prostate, cervical, breast, endometrial, head and neck, colorectal, or any other cancer. They have no place here. Why? Because SGMC Cancer Center treats all solid tumors no matter the stage of the disease. We use advanced technology like radiotherapy, brachytherapy, and chemotherapy for our treatment. Locate us behind Lakeside Estate, Community 8, Katamanso, or call us today on 0201 409 403 or 0262 253-328 for inquiries and booking, and your cancer burden will be a thing of the past. Gnat, NAGRAT, ECG staff, as well as their spouses and children below 18 years do not have to pay to receive treatment at SGMC. SGMC Cancer Center, taking away the burden of cancer.
Like and follow us on Facebook, Ghana National Association of Teachers -NAT. Follow us on Instagram, @NAT_HQ. Subscribe and watch our videos on YouTube, Ghana Teachers TV. Follow us on X, Twitter @NATOfficial. Read more about NAT on www.ghanateachers.com or email us through info@ghanateachers.com.
Welcome back from the break.
The Gnat Provident Pension Fund is a voluntary pension fund that has been established to support teachers when we go on pension. So unlike the tier 1 and the tier 2, which are taxable, for the tier 3, it's voluntary and it's not taxable. So when you enroll on this tier 3, you still have an assurance that when you go on pension, either when you get your SNIT monthly, you still have a lump sum from the tier 2 and then the tier 3 to rely on. That will cushion you when you go on retirement.
It is very, very important to us because I have benefited from it. Actually, this scheme came 2017. It was rolled off by the secretaries. And then those of us who went to the national conference in 2018, when we came, we also enrolled onto it. So I have been on the scheme for the past 8 years. And then in my 6th year, I needed some funds. I didn't know, no, it had not occurred to me for that partial withdrawal. But then I had done 6 years. It had not occurred to me. So I was in a discussion with a friend, and then the friend said, but I said, well, yeah, Provident Fund. I said, yeah, I do. I said, oh, but you can go for partial withdrawal. So I quickly went to the facility and then asked them for a partial withdrawal. Then they told me it is not matured. It's supposed to be 10 years that is going to be matured. But so if I still want to take it, I'll pay a penalty of 15% of any withdrawal that So I asked them to check my balance for me. I started with 7% then, with 110 cedis. And so currently I'm paying about 400 and something. That is as the year passed by, and then there are salary increments. So when they check this thing for me, my real payment installment that I have paid by then was 8,000 plus. But when they calculated the whole of my amount for me, it was 22,000. I was, wow. So I asked them, how much can I take? And they said, oh, if you are taking it, then you can take between 60 to 80%. So I quickly just did that one, and out of that time, I took 10,000. And then they took their 15% from it, and then I went to do whatever.
Since this fund is taxable free, we won't pay any tax on it. I'll be glad to do that, because when we see other funds, you need to pay, the tax on it is very high. So since the Provident Fund is tax-free, I think I'll be glad to join that. It's worth it, and I have to share it with my colleagues, because as you can see as teachers, most of us, when we receive our money, we don't know what to do with it. So we need to invest so that when the time is due for you to go on pension, you get something to rely on, not to be over-dependent, but you be dependent on yourself.
I've been in the farming community, teaching the farming community, and I've observed that most of the teachers that are on retirement are now completing their buildings. Some of them, they find it difficult to get money to complete their buildings. And now that I have heard about Provident Fund and it being taxable free, and even though I also have the advantage to enroll on the fund on a percentage that I wish to enroll on, I can start from, let's say, 5% or 6%. I think it is something that if I am able to enroll on it, it is going to help me so that I will not find myself wanting the same way my colleague teachers on retirement are finding themselves wanting and seeking for money to complete their buildings.
And so since then, I've been preaching this thing to colleague teachers in Kasua. In fact, anywhere I see you, I tell you, Charlie, please enroll onto the fund. It is very, very important. And so I did this thing and got the link. So I've just been distributing to the teachers, and they have been doing. In fact, my office, the directorate, I have been going there, and they have been calling me to go and coach them on it. So in Kasua, I think for now, a lot of people are really on the scheme. So it is very, very important. Yeah, in the times that you need finance, this thing will be a cushion for us. So I've been telling colleagues that those who are calling for partial withdrawals in the Teachers Mutual Fund should desist from it and rather put their thing in there so that over there you can go for your partial withdrawal and let the mutual fund be there to retirement. And you know, the benefit of the Provident Fund also is that you can use it as a mortgage. You know, you can go and buy something, and out of that, they will be paying that distance for you. So it is really good.
I think it is very important you mentioned that, because we all know the age that you are supposed to go to for pension in Ghana. So if you know your age and you know when you are being appointed as a teacher in GES, you should start calculating that by now I have 10 years, I have 20 years. That will help you plan ahead so that we don't see what's happening in our society is happening to us. So if you know you have 10, 15 years ahead of you, it will help you decide on the percentage to contribute, which will later help you very much. I'm contributing 10% now.
Considering what my colleagues just shared, apart from it being taxable free, it also allows for growth of investment. So I think as a teacher, if you are able to invest on that fund, the period that you contribute allows for growth of that particular amount of money you contribute. So at the end of the year that you want to do a withdrawal, you receive extra in addition to your rare pension.
I think that we should educate our members more on the Tier 3 fund, because when I was enrolling in it, I didn't know the benefits as much as I do now. I was just told that Gnat is introducing this, and then I said, oh, okay, then let me start with 7%. So I wasn't that sure of what I was doing. So later when I realized, then I increased it to 10%. So when our members know the benefits and what we intend to get, I think most of us will be enrolled in it. Yeah.
No, honestly, it was the conference time that we got to know about this facility. But it started with the secretaries in 2017. So it was when we got to the conference that it was unveiled to us, including the My Life Heritage something. And so once we went for the conference, when we came, we were to gather our members and preach the gospel to them. So once we are preaching it to them, and having heard of the benefits, wow, I decided to enroll. So it's about me being there, being told, and me being ambassador to it. Then I also saw the need of also what enrolling onto the scheme.
It is indeed a good news, but just as my sister rightly said, that we need to intensify the education of it, and that boils down to the fact that we have to tax the district executive together with the local executives. They have to do this education for us so that Gnat members in at the local levels and the district levels will get to know much more about this scheme and its benefits. Without that, I don't think we can get many people to come on board.
Let's strive today and enjoy tomorrow. My mom was a teacher, okay? So my mom went on pension in 2020 during COVID. By then I had already heard about Provident Fund, but I didn't take it seriously. But my mom had already enrolled on it in 2017. So when we were going for my mom's pension, her bulk money from SNIT, by then they were giving the bulk sum. Then she said I should lead her to Gnat office at TEM. And I said, what are you going to do at TEM? Because your mutual fund will be processed at the headquarters. So we went there, and she just went to sit with a lady, spoke, and then she just came back and said 3 days time she'll send me to the office to get her a check. And I said, check of what? So that was when I realized that they've written Gnat Provident Fund. And I said, hey. So when I saw the money that within that short period between 2017 to 2020 May, the money that she got, that was what even prompted when I said, oh wow, even if this woman within this short time she was able to get that money, then it means I would have to start, because I still have more years ahead of me. So I started with 10%. Then I'm doing 15% because I still have some things to also do. So I think we have to tell our members that let's sow the hard way and reap in the bigger way. I've seen teachers at my district, at my local, who have gone on pension, who were part of this Provident Fund. And if I tell the kind of monies that they have received, it's even more than their real pension monies. So even they have become like success stories for our local. So me, my local, what we do is anytime we meet as teachers, we invite one of those people, the beneficiaries, come and tell us the good news of the Gnat Provident Fund. Because it's very difficult taking 1 cedi out of a teacher's salary without knowing the benefit the person will get out of it. So let's sow the hard way and reap the greater joy in future. Yeah.
Since I'm a Gnat member, I think teachers who are not part of this association should be and must be part of this association. Because when I was posted, the Gnat regional secretary came to me that you need to join Gnat, because then time I didn't know anything about Gnat and union or her. So after entering this association, I've realized that this is the best. And being in Gnat, no, I have to educate other teachers that this is the benefit, and you have to include yourself in it so that in the future you won't find yourself wanting.
What I would say is education has no end, so they should place more emphasis on the education, because there are more teachers out there who knew nothing about Gnat fund, Gnat Provident fund. So there should be more emphasis on the education and then the benefits, and they should add some other things to make it more attractive.
For now, it's very crucial they do it that way, because right from our locals, we have WhatsApp platforms, which is one of the most important means to communicate to us now. So anytime the local chairman or the executives have any information, they just share it on the platform, and then quickly we all have access to it. So I think it's fine, even though it delays, because it will come from the headquarters, regional, districts, before it gets to the locals. But it's still helping. We still get the informations. Yeah, we can just do better on it by making it a bit faster than how we get it now, so that we wouldn't receive it with short notice to what we are supposed to do.
This thing that we are discussing about has come to stay, and it is for the benefit of we, the teachers. We commend our association for doing such a thing for us. I suggest that if we want to enforce it, then we have to tax the district IPDD coordinators. Recently, some years back, I think Gnat automatically wanted to enroll every teacher on the scheme. They wanted to deduct, I think, 2%, and teachers kicked against it. But one thing that we have to know is that it was for our own benefit. And so I suggest that when government recruit teachers, right from where they start their documentations and registrations at the district level, filling their IPDD form, NAT should bring a policy that we can enroll all of them automatically on the scheme, starting from, let's say, 2%. Because for me, if they have done that for me, I think by now I'll be a big man. I'll have so many cash in my account. But it didn't happen that way, and we have the right to either enroll or not to enroll. But I suggest that if that is done, it will help NAT to get more members on board. And I also want to say that per the discussions that we are having and per what my big man said, I've come to realize that the scheme is there for our benefit, just as I've said already, not for NAT to benefit from us or something, but they are thinking about our future. And so I will urge all teachers to enroll on the NAT Provident Fund.
What my brother has said is right, and I second him. But there is a saying that you can force the horse to the riverside, but you can't force it to drink. You can go to the teacher training schools that we have in Ghana, to the level 300, those who are coming to complete. Then the NAT, I'm talking about the NAT association, you go to them and talk about your policies. If that person wants to join, by looking at the benefit that comes with it, they won't hesitate to join.
One thing I always believe in is communication. So whatever product that you want to sell out, the way you market or brand your products will make it attractive for somebody to buy. So the information was coming from the top and was given to us down there. Okay, by then I was just a member, I wasn't an executive. Now the way the message came to us, that was what made most teachers kick against it. It would have been very good, but then the channel of communication and the kind of people who communicated that product at that time didn't make it look attractive. What I will encourage all my colleagues out there is that this is for us. General Secretary always said that the NAT is for us, and everything that the NAT has is for us, because without us there is no NAT. Provident Fund has come to stay, and it is for our own good. In the near future, let us use the right channels. Maybe by then we can still get the members to agree for the direct deduction from controller. But until that happens, let's try to preach the good news to our colleagues so that they can contribute. Taking 2% out of a salary is not any big deal, or now it's 5% at least. It's not any big deal. You see, when you're taking something physical cash, it becomes very difficult. That is my worry now. But then if we are able to market it and brand it well, make people who have benefited ambassadors of this good news, I think getting people to enroll on it wouldn't be a very difficult case. Yeah.
Right from my presentation, I've told you that is what I'm doing, and I'll be glad to do it anywhere I'm called upon. Just like I did during the cancer thing. Yeah, I went with a colleague who had suffered before to Winneba on screen, and we talked about it. So why not? Yes, ever ready and prepared to help members, because I know it's a good thing. And once it is good, I have to help members to come on board. It is very good, and I'm ever ready to help in the dissemination of information on this. And then with the spreading of, now the sensitization is going, as of now, was it from last Monday, they have sent messages to almost every member, links that you can just, that is one of the best way of the information reaching everybody. You just click on the link, and then the portal is open for you to fill it. So this is what we have to be telling the members, that, oh, have you heard? Okay, how do I register? Previously, we had to go to the secretariat to take a paper or a form, fill it before it go to wherever. But now it is on your phone. Just click on it, fill it, and it is gone. You wouldn't go through any hassle and tussle to. Sometimes, you see, the medium, the mode in which you do things also put people off. Just like those who are teaching in our villages where even the road is no more trouble, and you ask them to take a car to the secretariat to go for forms and what have you, man, that one even deter them from going. So once it reaches them at their basic core, well, we go. So they have started, and I know it's gonna go far.
I would entrust all my colleagues that since we now have enough information about the Provident Fund, we should try as much as we can to all get involved in it. Like I started with 7%, and this starts as low as 1%. So let's all just start with 1, 2, 3%, and then as we see how it goes, we can increase our percentages up to 15% or the 16.5%. So let's all get involved, and it's a good idea.
We must all try to be ambassadors for this program, no matter where you are. Whether you are at the local level or at the top, whatever that you can do to get members onto the board, you have to.
They are doing a great job. I've seen that they are protecting a lot of teachers. So as I've entrusted my future in their hands, I know that they will help me.
I want to say that in this life, it's full of uncertainties. Just as my big brother was saying that it got to a time that he needed money to take care of certain things. But then Gnat Provident Fund came as a relief to his pain. And so since we don't know what may happen in the future, we have to prepare and prepare well. And our association has also think about us and has given us this opportunity for us to enroll on it. And so I want to say that it's a good scheme, and that I will still urge teachers to enroll on it.
What I would like to tell our mother union is we thank them so much for thinking about our welfare, and that as we live here, we are all going to be ambassadors of the good news. Most of our members don't know about most of the things that Gnat is doing. So as we go, we are going to preach the good news about Gnat and the benefits that we get out of it as teachers. Thank you.
I have never regretted joining Gnat. although I have closest friends in Gnat and CCT. And actually, when it came to Kaswa, about 2 years, 3 years ago, it was something. Yeah, we were championing our union. The other unions were also using rice to, but we did our best. And honestly, because of that, yeah, we do know that we rub shoulders with them. I mean, they can't come closer to us. So there are a lot of dividend getting when you are in Gnat. And so with this Provident Fund, I'm really telling members that they should fully get themselves involved. This time you don't go to the secretariat to go and fill forms. The links have already been sent onto your phone. Why don't you take the advantage to enroll? You will benefit just as I have also done. And I know I also thank our union for just thinking about us and then bringing in this scheme. May God bless us all.
In the time when the fiercest of men had been scared into hideouts by the colonial masters, one person, a brave woman who was the queen mother of Ebiso, rose up to the occasion and defended the golden stool. History has once again repeated itself in a time when most graduate students are in despair, not knowing what to do, struggling to complete their postgraduate studies. A new hope, a new life, a fresh beginning, a center for innovation and creativity. A new university has risen out of Ebiso Abankro by name Gnat Institute for Research and Industrial Relations Studies, with the acronym Gnat Iris, which has been established solely by Ghana National Association of Teachers. Gnat Iris is a 21st century academic center of excellence established with world-class academic facilities within a serene environment to help produce transformational leaders for the current and future generations. With open arms, we welcome you to Gnat Iris. Join us and achieve all your academic dreams. For further information, please contact the registrar on +233 03222 91142 or +233 03221 95783. You can also reach us on WhatsApp +233 054 328 4120. Gnat Iris, the University for Innovation and Creativity.
Like and follow us on Facebook, Ghana National Association of Teachers -Gnat. Follow us on Instagram, Gnat_HQ. Subscribe and watch our videos on YouTube, Ghana Teachers TV. Follow us on X, Twitter @Gnat Official. Read more about Gnat on www.ghanateachers.com or email us through info@ghanateachers.com.